What is going on, guys? NandoPrince93 here with another video, and today is going to be a different one. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I posted this about a week ago, and I wanted to start a new series like this because, we're stuck at home. We're very tempted to buy pretty much anything on Amazon, and I just want to kind of make it known that we should be saving our money as much as possible, but also keep it and tie it in with the iPad Pro. So what I'm doing here is we're creating a new series called Save With Me. Ideally, I want to do it once a week where I highlight different, finance-based iPad Pro apps that'll eventually help you guys manage your money just a little bit better and make it a little bit easier to get inside of everything that's going on for yourself financially. So today we're going to start off with episode 1 of Save With Me, and we'll be talking about the Chime banking app, which is the bank I've been using for the past 2 years. Absolutely love it, so I thought I'd showcase it for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Alright guys, so let's talk about this Chime app. For the most part, the main reason why I gravitated towards this bank about 2-3 years ago is because, I was with a classic brick and mortar bank. It was one of the big chains, and I just used that bank because I was grandfathered into it because of my parents. But then I started to look into other banks, and around 2017 is when these other banks started popping up, these fintech mobile banking applications and mobile banking services. So I started looking into them. There was a bunch of them out on the market, and I stumbled on Chime because I love the app, right? The app was the biggest thing. I wanted something that was very user-friendly and something familiar to me when it came to, banking on my phone. And then obviously the biggest selling point was the main feature that there's 0 hidden fees. Nowadays, you're seeing a lot more banks do this. When Chime originally did this, it was unbelievable. Most banks kept you at a transaction minimum. If not, you had to pay $25 a month to hold on to that checking account. But with Chime, there's no hidden fees whatsoever, no overdraft fees, no minimum requirements, like it says, no foreign transaction fees, and then you have this MoneyPass ATM ecosystem or network that you can take advantage of to use ATMs for free without having some sort of service fee. And then on top of that, if you do use a bank or you do use an ATM that does give you a service fee, Chime will reimburse you for that service fee, which is awesome. So those were the 2 biggest selling points that I really loved about Chime. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys into the app, and it's absolutely amazing. Right now there's only an iPhone version of the Chime mobile banking app, but what I was able to do is go into Safari, sign in, and then bookmark the Chime app onto the home screen, which is right here. And from here, it opens up as another application, which is awesome. There's no URL bar. It doesn't look like Safari. So what I do, use Face ID to sign in, and this is what you're greeted to. You get the 2-factor authentication, which will come in real quick. And after we type that in, we verify that, give it a second, it loads up, and you're in your bank account, guys. This is the Chime banking app. It looks exactly the same on the iPhone, except obviously more narrow because it fits on the smaller screen. But this is what you get with the Chime banking account. You get a spending account, you get a savings account as well. The savings account actually, probably in the beginning of 2020, they finally added some sort of interest rate. Before, the savings account was just there to have another account, but they did finally add an interest rate. It started off pretty high, but then obviously everything hit with everything going on with the economy, it dropped a lot lower. So you're looking at about a 0.06% APY on the savings account, which is, obviously it's not great. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but at least your money is making a tiny bit more money the longer that it sits in that savings account. Versus a spending account is just that. It's another checking account. There's no interest on that one, obviously, just like any other one. And those are the 2 accounts that you are greeted with when you sign up for a Chime account, right? Again, the main selling points about Chime is that the fact that there's 0 fees, so I've never had to pay any sort of fee. They even have overdraft protection, so they stop you from doing it, or they have a $100 service, so you can overdraft up to over $100 and then reimburse them or pay them back for that. And again, there's no fee. I remember I used to get fees for $35 for each transaction, which I overdrafted, especially when I was younger. So, I didn't really comprehend what was going on, but I would always get hit with $35 transaction or overdraft fees. There's absolutely 0 fees to have this bank account. Even if you never use it, you sign up for it, you hold no money in there, they're never going to charge you for anything. Also, one thing that I do want to show off, guys, is when you do sign up for it, they ship you a debit card. Very nice card. It's a normal debit card material. It's not anything titanium or metal or aluminum or copper. It's not a heavy card like that, but it's a nice white card, and they throw your name and they throw the credit card number on the back, which I really like. Another thing that I do want to show off, guys, is if you go into your settings, there's an abundance of awesome saving features when it comes to Chime banking, right? So if you go into here, You have different notifications that you can set, but what I want to highlight is this automatic transfers. So there's two ways that Chime allows you to automatically save your money, and they're very, very smart. The first one is a roundup transfer. So let's say you are using your debit card for your transactions, which is something that I don't do. I don't really use my debit card at all for paying off the credit cards that I do use, but if you do use your debit card, it has a roundup transfer. So basically, if you go to a Starbucks, spend $3.50 on a coffee, it'll round up to $4 and move 50 cents to your savings account, no questions asked. So it starts building a little bit more money in the savings account to kind of start to build that up for you a little bit. And then also, one that I always opt into is a direct deposit transfer. So what that does is that every single time you receive your paycheck, and you get it direct deposited into your Chime spending account, 10% of that gets automatically transferred into your savings account. So for instance, if you get a $1,000, paycheck that gets the direct deposit into Chime, 100 of those dollars goes into your savings account automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. So again, it's incentivizing you guys to save with as little friction as possible, and that's why, again, I love Chime, and I've been able to accumulate a good amount of money in there without even thinking about it. You can also link all your different bank accounts. So like I said, if you don't want to make this your main bank account, you can always link it to your main bank account and transfer money in between there just like that. And that's a perfect segue into the move money aspect. So here you can sign up for your direct deposit, because it gives you your banking information right then and there. You don't need to go find a checkbook and read the routing and the account number on the bottom of the checkbook, so that's nice. It allows you to pay bills. So let's say, most times when you open up a bank account, they give you a checkbook, or you have the option to buy a checkbook. With Chime, you're not given a checkbook, but you can order checks pre-made from Chime to get sent to wherever they need to get sent to. So that's an awesome feature. Again, it doesn't cost any money for the end user. You just have to, organize yourself and make sure that it does take 4 to 7 business days to get over there. So just plan your days accordingly if you do pay bills via check as opposed to online or whatever the case may be. And then another one is the transfers. So you can transfer funds in between your spending and checking account. And then also from the mobile app, you can mobile deposit checks right through the same Move Money feature. So that's an awesome feature. Once again, it just lets you transfer money. So let's say if you want to move some money from your savings into your spending to make a larger purchase, very, very easy. It does it instantly. You are limited to, I believe, 5 transfers per month between those two accounts. So just keep that in mind, guys. Another thing that I want to jump into is this offer section. These are just some of the vendors and some of the partners that they've partnered up with over the years to give you guys a little more incentive to, go through life insurance and auto insurance, find a way to make a little bit of money on the side with surveys. So just different things that you can sign up to that Chime puts in front of you just to see if you guys want to check it out or not. I never really play with this tab, but it is there if you guys want it. And then you have the ATM and cashback finder. So like I said, Chime doesn't have any brick and mortar shops. That's the reason they're able to cut so many costs and offer these no-fee banks, because they don't have to pay for rent or mortgage when it comes to having a physical location. You don't have to pay utilities on things like that. So that's how they've been able to save money. And what they've done is they've partnered with other ATM networks to give you access to fee-free ATM withdrawals with up to 38,000 different ATMs without the United States. And again, like I mentioned, if you find one and you're in a pinch and you need to spend money and you need to take out money and it does hit you with a fee, then they reimburse you up to a certain extent, guys. So that's an awesome feature that you should definitely take advantage of. And just a little secret, most 7-Elevens have an ATM like this, so there's no fees. Just to kind of round off this ATM and the cash idea, so the one thing that I do have to tell you guys is when it does come to physical cash, with most brick and mortar banks, the big the big franchise banks, you're able to deposit cash through the ATM, right, up to a certain amount of money. When it comes to depositing cash for Chime, the only way to do it is to go through a Western Union vendor. So that means that whenever you have to deposit money, you have to pay $5 to deposit that cash. So as long as it's a direct deposit or a check, you can easily deposit it yourself. But if it is cash, then you have to go to a Western Union. If not, you have to hold on to that cash. That's the only way to do it like that. That's the only way to get cash into your bank account from your pocket. So if you're a very cash heavy person, maybe this isn't the bank for you. But for me, I take out cash once a month, and it's to get my hair cut from my barber. So that's the only time I carry cash on me. So I never ever have cash. So for me, this bank works very, very well. And just so you guys know, Chime does this awesome thing where if you refer a friend or refer a viewer or a subscriber, for instance, they'll give myself $50 and they'll also hook you guys up with $50. This is for anybody. I'm not sponsored by Chime. I'm not, affiliated with them at all. I just use them. I'm a normal customer of theirs. And I wanted to highlight what Chime does for everybody and for myself. So what they do is they give $50 for myself and $50 for the person that signs up for it, as long as you sign up for your direct deposit within 90 days of opening the bank account, and you receive that direct deposit within those 90 days. And then automatically, when I say automatically, I mean instantly they send you $50 right into your bank account, because I've done this once before with my wife and it did work. So it's really, really nice. It's, again, another little incentive to make a little money and share it with your friends on the side. So I'll definitely leave my link below, guys, if you guys want to check it out. Check out the bank account. It's free. You don't have to commit to anything. If you don't want to sign up for your direct deposit, you don't have to. I know a lot of people use this bank as a separate spending account to kind of organize themselves. Do with it as you will, guys. But Chime is an amazing banking option, and I really, really like it. And then, like I said, you can go to settings again and then do different notifications, which is really, really nice, like balance notifications. So every morning at 9 a.m., Chime sends me a message telling me how much I have on there. And then every time I pull a transaction with the actual debit card or online or whatever the case may be, boom, I get a notification immediately, guys. And then the last thing that I do want to highlight for the Chime Bank, which is awesome. So like I mentioned, it's a zero-fee bank. You get a free debit card. It's a free banking app. It allows you to save money without even thinking about it. And the cherry on top that really sold me on this bank, because in the beginning, a lot of these banks had issues connecting with all the other money transferring apps like Venmo, like PayPal, like Cash App, like Zelle, like all these different ones that people use on a day-to-day. These other, new millennial fintech banks couldn't do it, and Chime could do it from the get-go. So it links with my Mint app, which will be another episode, which is another total budgeting app that kind of lets you pull all of your different expenses and banking apps and give you one portal to kind of see everything and manage everything. So that's going to be probably episode 2. But Chime does work with most applications. It even works with Robinhood if you guys want to make investments. Like I said, it works with Venmo. It works with Apple Pay. So I got it linked on my wallet in my iPhone. So it's really, really nice, guys. And I highly recommend it. So that was my little tutorial on Chime and what it shows. So I really, really enjoyed it. But let's get back to the normal view. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. So like I said earlier, guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you guys to try out the app. And like I mentioned, if you guys set up your direct deposit for Chime Bank, they'll automatically send $50 after you've received your first direct deposit through Chime. So that's always an awesome deal, free money at the end of the day. So highly, highly recommend you guys check out this app, even if it is as a secondary bank account. For me, it's my primary bank account, so that's why I really, really like it. And it's very easy to use, very user-friendly. And I really, really enjoy this app, and it's done wonders for me, guys. So highly recommend trying it out. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. And I plan on making these Save With Me videos at least twice a month, hopefully more, but they'll definitely be Mondays at 8 a.m. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.